Okay, so my dear friends, you can see my friend Steven, and he is absolutely nice guy because I repeat it again and again. Who will agree to give you an interview at 6:30 in the morning? So only Steven can. And thank you very much for your agreement to continue our dialogues.
My pleasure, Alex. Always a pleasure to speak.
But today one is unusual because from the beginning of our show we agreed don't talk about politics and religion, if you remember. And I would like to break this taboo today. I'm going to ask you questions about politics and about elections in the USA, precisely. You know, we don't discuss our topics beforehand, so you didn't know about it, and I ask you to make a choice to continue answer my questions or to refuse answer my questions about politics. What would you prefer, Steven?
Well, you know, I would prefer not to, but we're here, so let's see how far we get.
Good. Let's begin. I'll make the sound of the music a bit lower. And my first question, you know, in Russia we have a phrase to talk about politics in the kitchen. It means no one will listen to your opinion seriously, but you can ease or relieve your pressure by criticizing politicians. And I'd like to talk about politics in that style with you, like sitting with my friend in the kitchen and just discuss these boring things, but in a manner when we are both not paid radio presenters. So, do you have anything like kitchen debates in America?
Well, I'm sure there's some phrases out there in English. I just don't recall what they are, but yeah, there are some taboos of conversation topics. You don't talk religion and you don't talk politics. Now, that's a general statement. I'm sure in certain circles of friends or families, you can do this, but you have to be careful because they may not be your friends or may not be, well, they may not be close family after the fact because politics can get kind of serious to some people in these parts.
So, anyway, does politics really matter to you? Is politics important to you?
Well, as I always tell people, as an educated adult, I should have some interest in all at the same level, should have some interest in politics, should know something of what's going on, at least in their country, if not the world.
Okay.
And I believe that people should vote. Okay. I know it's their right to vote, but it should be an obligation to vote.
Okay.
I'm not that interested in politics, but I try to at least know a little bit what's going on out there, but it's not my passion to know.
Nice. So that means that you are the right person with whom I would like to discuss these boring ideas. But now you have all these caucuses and primaries and Super Tuesdays and Super Thursdays, and you know, I'm about 60, and for my professional reasons to support my English, I have to listen to some of speeches of your American politicians. Okay, and it's not my business, of course, but I have a feeling of a reality show, nothing else. And I repeat, probably it's because of my age. So, how do you feel about all these primaries and caucuses, and I'm sorry again.
I guess I'm a little confused when you said reality show. Maybe you're thinking that what's put on the television looks just like a show, a performance, and let me run down that way. Again, my interest doesn't really lie in politics, so I don't follow too much of the caucuses or the speeches. I don't watch anything on television. I don't own a television, so I don't watch it. But I do hear some comments. I do know some of the platforms of the respective candidates or potential candidates. And again, this is going to be a tough topic, Alex. I'm sorry, I don't have too much to say. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just for the camera. But that's what people want today. They want the show. And it's unfortunate. They probably don't know what the individual politicians are really talking about. They just want to say, oh, are they handsome or pretty, or do they have, what did they wear yesterday, or who knows? Sometimes that's what it comes down to. Politics.
Okay, so generally speaking, there are two front runners, and you know that it is Trump and Clinton, and we know a lot about Clinton and family, the Clinton family, but it's a bit tricky thing about seeing Trump as a front leader. Probably again it's a very, very difficult question for you. Can you explain why Trump is so popular in America now?
No, I have no idea why he's so popular in America. I think he's feeding on some emotions of some of the people here, and unfortunately I think that's what's putting that in the spotlight. I don't know his platforms, to be honest. I don't know what he's trying to lead this country towards. Or say, well, if I'm president, I'll do this. But it attracts a number of people. But I think it's less people than we think. I think what we see is the media blowing this again out of proportion. Now, if you want to talk Trump, I think we need to talk the Republican Party a little bit. And I think they're in trouble. It has been coming this way because they don't have anybody better to represent them at this time. At least nobody that's as in the spotlight as Trump is. And I think they're going to have a problem if Trump wins enough votes for the Republican Party actually to put him on the ticket to say, yes, he's our representative. Of the Republican Party, because then you have a no-win situation there. If they put him on, that's who the Republicans say is our choice, but I don't think he's really the choice of the Republican Party. But they just don't have anybody else out there this term. So I don't know. It's kind of scary, but I just think it's more of the lack of better qualified politician stepping forward at this point.
All right, thank you. It's a very modern topic to talk about all these things like migration or immigration among politicians, about all these Latinos and immigrants from Syria. And all these tough issues about Islam. So, how do you feel about migration and immigration?
Well, immigration is not it's something new. It's been going on since people have existed on this planet in this form of movement, not necessarily immigration. People move from one country to another. People move within their own country. Immigration could be a serious issue or it's a normal issue. Unfortunately, the exodus out of Syria has caused serious problems. I'm going to touch a little bit on Europe first, if you don't mind. Europe is really having a difficult time dealing with the immigration issue, coming in through certain borders from Syria. difficult or not difficult.
Okay.
And once in a European country and once in a European country that's in the European Union,
Okay.
these immigrants now have the freedom to move throughout the continent.
Yes.
And this is a difficult situation because, you know, the respective countries somehow have to take care of them, or the jobs will be found or not.
Okay.
And this is scary because the European Union tries to stay whole, and all the countries try to follow the policies of the European Union.
Okay.
But now we see these individual countries say, no, we won't take any more immigrants.
Yes.
No, you can't come through here. No, we won't give them the papers.
Yes.
Don't be surprised. So it's amazing, but something like this might be the start of the end of the European Union.
Okay.
Because they're starting to have some difficulties agreeing on all things.
Okay.
Okay, that's my little speech on Europe
Fine.
immigration.
Good.
Now let's go over to the United
Right.
States. Yeah, there is an immigration flow, not as great as it is in Europe because it's obviously a lot closer geographically, Europe to Syria and getting in. You mentioned the Latino immigration issue, whether I have to say from Mexico because it's the Mexican border. Really, it's coming up. It comes up from Guatemala, from Belize, from other countries further south. If they just have to go through Mexico, and Mexico will let them, sure, come on through and go out again.
Okay.
So I have to be very specific that it isn't a Mexican thing. It's as you mentioned, a Latino thing from the entire countries from the south of Mexico. For good or for bad. Unfortunately, that too has been going on for a long time. If you go through legally, it takes a long process. It doesn't mean you will get an entrance visa into the United States or a way to live legally in the United States. Then there's the issue of how many illegal immigrants there are in the United States and what the policies are to take care of them or not. This is a difficult issue here that you bring up, Alex, and it's, I don't know, Russia probably has a similar situation.
Of course.
Maybe from some of the southern
states.
Some are a little bit more open, like Kazakhstan probably has more of a flow in and out, no problems. Then it's some other states from the south that are difficult.
Absolutely agree with you.
So all countries have this situation, well, I should say all, but a great amount of, we just see it right now with the Syrian issue, and hopefully that gets resolved soon, but it's been going on for, I forget, 5 years, 10 years now, the war in Syria, or the situation in Syria. It's not new either, so it's not going away anytime soon either, unfortunately. So.
Thank you.
Well, sorry, long answer.
No.
Answer the question.
It's interesting because you are talking about positions like American citizenship, citizen. So you know, another hot issues, and I often hear it during these debates on TV and radio. It's about Russia, of course, and if it's a taboo question, you cannot answer it. But Russia is a hot cake, and by the way, when they talk about Russia, they usually refer it to the USSR, but the country which was called the USSR collapsed 25 years ago. But approaches to the issue probably are the same. The attitude probably is the same, but I think Russia has changed dramatically, and it's not the country which it was 25 years ago. Absolutely different country. So why are so many stereotypes? Why so many approaches of probably of a Cold War or a
Okay.
Iron Blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why?
I don't know if maybe this is maybe a different.
Okay.
Maybe you watch a little bit more or read more out of the European news,
Okay.
like BBC radio.
Correct.
Here,
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
hear the reference to the USSR.
Mm-hmm.
I hear reference to Russia.
Okay.
I have Putin leading Russia,
All right,
not
right.
the USSR.
But I'm talking about the sense of the approaches, the sense or the meaning of the approaches to relate with Russia is the same as it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe I have a hard time with this question because I think you're hearing things differently than what I'm hearing. Maybe the general individual doesn't really think USSR. So again, maybe I'm thinking you're getting some news feeds out of Britain or European countries because I don't hear that here. I hear Russia and individual countries in your area and not back to the days of the Soviet Union and USSR. So maybe it's a little bit different. You know, Europe has a different, you're much closer to the European countries. Well, you are in Europe in Moscow, but I'm thinking Western Europe. Maybe it has a little different idea. It'd be interesting. I'll have to listen to a little BBC radio of England and hear what's going on.
But I'm talking again about a figurative meaning, not a direct meaning. I'm talking about indirect meaning. So yes, they name, of course, it's Russia or Russian Federation.
Sure.
But all the all the thoughts, all the discussion, sometimes sometimes relative to past times. But next question. It's again a tough question. All the questions tough, and it's politics. And you said at the beginning of our conversation, be careful, because if you talk in the kitchen, some friends won't be friends anymore.
Exactly.
Sorry, I would like to be a friend with Steven, but what percentage of politicians are corrupt in America? At your guess, what percentage of politicians are corrupt?
That's too general of a question.
Oh yes.
Because all politicians. So you're talking federal government, state government, local government, and politicians, not just the leader, but anybody who's involved with politicians. It could be the treasurer's office of a certain city.
Yes.
What's the percentage? It'd be easy for me to say, obviously all politicians are corrupt. But I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of honest, hard-working public servants out there that are not even close to being corrupt. And it would be a tragedy to label them as that. So if there was actually a survey sent out to every politician in the United States, to every level, with one question: are you corrupt? And you have to check yes or no. And if you were honest, I would say 1/2 would come back as yes, I'm corrupt to some degree. Now, does that mean they're taking a certain amount of cash? Corrupt? Are they bending the law a little bit? Are they without beyond the guidelines of voting rights corrupt? I don't know. So that's a difficult question to just narrow down as a percentage. So I'm just going to be safe and say half.
And the question which I would like to ask you about your personal plans. If you were a politician, what political issues would you focus on, Steven? Because I would like to vote for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, again, that would have to depend on what level you're voting me in, what level of office, is it federal, is it state, is it local. But, you know, I have certain issues that I'm attracted to, education, of course.
Nice.
and environmental issues
Okay,
with
good.
and the combination of the two.
Good.
I would, those are, if you would say name me two things, those would be the top two that I would have to be the platform I would run on.
Good.
Better education
Good.
and better environmental issues. After that, then we would have to list them one by one and talk about each one of them, what side I fall on.
Okay.
But I'll just leave it at that. If I would run for office, those would be the ones I would hope to run on better improvement in education, improvement in environmental factors.
All right, so this hard topic is over, and I'm happy that it is over. Because I would like we would support our relations with you on our kitchen level, friendly level.
Very good.
Yes, very good. Drinking tea or coffee together, or maybe one day something stronger than that stuff. Okay, and I wish you good luck. Have a nice Sunday, and thank you very much again.
Thank you, Alex. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your bike ride this afternoon, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Okay, see
Bye,
you.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Good. Right. Wonderful.